Before COVID started, grocery shopping was extremely therapeutic for me. Did any of you really feel that way? I would go up and down every single aisle just because I could, and I would sometimes spend hours there. It was my time to just be by myself and not think about work or school. Once COVID really hit, grocery shopping obviously changed, but it didn't really stress me out. As we were all in lockdown, essentially, the grocery stores didn't have a lot of people, and it was still relaxing in a way because it was a time that I could finally leave my house. Over the past couple of months, as we know, restrictions started lifting. And then Winco opened and I wanted to go up and down every aisle because I was so excited. Well, first I decided to go on a Sunday after church, so I guess that probably wasn't the smartest plan. But I got there and I walk up and down every aisle. And I expected the same feeling before the pandemic to just come back to me, that therapeutic feeling, but I was stressed. There were so many people and not a lot of them were following the rules, and so I caught myself thinking about how disappointed I was that I didn't automatically get that same feeling that I used to. You're probably asking yourself, Allison, why are you telling us a story about grocery stores? Well, let's think of it like church, or school, or work, or any other special place like this. Before the pandemic, we had expectations of what was going to happen at these places. There's a certain feeling we got when we come to church and see each other, or when we go to school and see our friends. But when COVID hit, we lost all of those special places really fast. Things went online overnight. We have gotten used to it, but we want those feelings of happiness to return when we are all at church, work, school, or any other places together. The truth is, those feelings are probably going to be changed. As we're returning back to in-person worship, Living Waters now, and BUMC in May, things are going to be different. Some might feel sad when they come back because everything is different. Others might feel grief on the things that we had to leave behind because they're not COVID friendly. And others just might feel pure joy because they get to be around people again. Some people are going to worship online only, and we might not see them in our sanctuaries. Some people are going to be in person only, and some people are going to do a combination of both. Things are different, and that can be hard on our mental health. We just want to feel how we used to feel when we walk through those sanctuary doors. So, what do we do to help each other during this next transition? I know what you might be thinking. If BUMC doesn't open until May, why are we talking about this now? Because the work starts now. If you are worried about a continuing feeling of being disconnected, even when you come back to church in person, Pastor Amy, Eric, and myself are here to help you get connected, so maybe that transition won't be as challenging. And then there's another layer to it. We need each other to get through this next step. Like I said, everyone is going to react differently. Some happy, some sad. And how can you begin to reach out to those in small groups that you used to be a part of? Or those who sat next to you in the pews or chairs every Sunday? If we openly start talking about our feelings about this change now, it can lead to old relationships rekindled or new relationships to form. This week, let's start together because we all need each other. A poem from In Flesh talks about our need for others in the hardest times and in the most joyous times. The poem centers its meaning around hand-holding, which we can't do right now, so I invite you to think of what hand-holding can mean or represent as we begin to reach out to one another. Each time we grasp the hand of another, God is there in the flesh entangled. We stroll together, one hand squeezes another. We got each other as passing eyebrows furrow. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. In their palm, a whole life is held. The most gentle squeeze that knows not its own power, melting hearts with such an effortless reaching out, like that's an easy thing to do. Hands holding hands, a prayer too rare, a sight of the holy. We are reaching out, and the receiving and grasping and being grasped, the need to be held and the needing to hold, all get perfectly mixed up, returning to that which is always true, but so rarely spoken of, to the language of flesh. We need each other. We need each other. We need each other. The church emergency number is 406-333-1856, or feel free to call or email Pastor Amy or myself. Remember, your mental health matters, and we are all in this together.